Hello everybody, this is Kurse here again. Bringing you another how to KOAN Sound. And this is step 2, the bass. So if you remember from our last tutorial we had the drums. Boom, boom. That was very sexy. Well, now we're going to move on to the more important stuff, the bass. So let's just go into a second pattern. And let's right click here and we're gonna insert what's it called? It's called FL Slayer. FL Slayer is basically a power guitar that was made by ImageLine, and it's no, it wasn't made by ImageLine, it's made by REFX, and it's a sampler bass. So you can't like create a new guitar from scratch, but you can sort of change the way it sounds. Sort of like how Nexus is also sample based. So I'm gonna go into the presets, because the presets are for bass are amazing, and these are some pretty good ones. Now, what I used for my song Launchpad is that I used a punch, and then I reduced this down here a bit, changed a couple things with the drive, and then just made it sort of sound a bit more epic. So let's try and find a good place to start. So okay. That's nice. And because it's like a nice, it's like someone's just sort of strumming it, we should maybe change it so that it looks like it is strumming. So I believe there is now a function in FL Studio 11 which lets you do this. So we'll try and find it. Strum! Except I did fuck all. Okay. We're gonna edit it slightly and put it into a sixth. That sounds better, a bit more natural. Okay, so now we've got this nice little bass sound here. It's a bit bland, but you know, whatever. Yeah, okay. So we've got this nice bass bit down here. So if we were to put these onto the thing here, we'll get pattern 1 on top. So we'll get the drum. Call you oh, bugger. Drum. Oh. Yes. Strum. That sounds like a good word. And bass. Slap. Okay. So if we listen to that, we got. Now, the bass just sounds a bit too sort of in your face. I kind of want to make it a little bit more subtle. And can have it a bit more siny. Yeah, there we go. And there we go. So we got the basic pattern down. I'm going to slap this onto FX5 and put it on here. Slap bass. And you can sort of mix this up a bit if you want to make it sound a bit more interesting. Like for instance, when I had Launchpad, it was sort of like doom. Oh yeah, it sort of had the. If you remember, it had the drums over there. And like no drums to start off with. And they had a. Oh, I had a good idea. Dun, dun, dun. Balls. Really good at this. Yeah, okay. Let's get the grid. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So up here on the mixer, we can see it's pretty low, and it is a low frequency sound. So go into the parametric EQ, and get the high here, make it sizzle a little bit. So it's got more power going through. So it's nice little, it's quite a nice distinct bass sound. Get a compressor. Change the attack ratios a little bit. So that's getting nice, a little bit of frequency and distortion. Doom doom. Copy. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up a massive instance, and we're going to use a preset which I've got. I picked it up a while ago. It's a nice electro bass. Got to find it. You could probably find distorted electro bass. You could find these things all over the place, and they're really easy to do. They're just like square saws with low pitch, a little bit of double notch filter. You can put some C tube to make it fatten up. A little bit of bit crush if you want to give it some sort of grilled sound. And sometimes what you want to do is you want to maybe change the pitch a little bit so it sounds a bit more harsh. Voice, yeah, that's fine. So if we copy this is probably going to be really loud. Can you hear that? Now if you're listening to this through headphones, you'll kind of notice you're getting a really weird feeling. Like as soon as you start listening to that, you sort of feel like you're on an airplane a little bit, because the sound just sort of swallows up inside your ear canals, and it's just a sign that there's just a bit too much bass in there. So let's put it on a separate track, and we'll call this electro bass. And we're going to bring that down a bit. That's a bit intense. And because it's so low, it's really right down there. So if it changes a little bit, you're not really going to hear it so much. So it just gives it a nice sort of background grilled sound. And we're going to change stereo separation. Yeah, let's go. And there we go. That is our bass. That's what it sounds like. Maybe you want to add in a little bit of sidechain. From the high. Right click here, sidechain to tracks. Right click here, sidechain to track. Go down here. Limiter. Sidechain 1. Limiter. Sidechain 1. Because it's high frequency, it's not going to make a huge dent in that sound. And there we go. It's pretty mediocre sound just now because we just started, but then we start adding some arps and some sort of leads in, then it sounds really nice. So that is all you got to do for part 2. and I will come out later with part 3. Thanks for watching.